Today, from Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's the Houston Oilers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Brought to you by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately?
The Houston Oilers. It is warm and muggy. The temperature will be in the 80s. I'm Charlie Jones along with Sam Rutigliano. And Sam, let's go right to the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do we expect to see offensively that will be different than they did Monday night?
Well, they're going to have to cut out the SIWs, the self-inflicted wounds. They were hurt badly by that on Monday night against the Browns. There'll be an edict from Chuck Noll. They're going to run the ball. Last year, when they ran the ball at 163 yards average per game, they won.
Defensively, they have some changes due to injuries in that defensive line. What effect will that have?
Well, Mark Catano is going to go to nose tackle, and Edmund Nelson's going back to right end. In order for their defense, which the strength is at linebacker, to deploy itself, they're going to have to stop the run today against the Oilers.
Now let's move to the Houston Oilers. I think they're the most underrated team in the National Football League. And also, I'm not sure that they know how good they are yet.
I couldn't agree more. I think last year, they went out of space to sign Warren Moon. He won the Rose Bowl in 1978. 5 out of 6 Grey Cups in the Canadian Football League. He's big, he's strong, he's smart, he's mobile. His coach compares him to Joe Montana. And if that's not enough, take a look at the graphic and see some of the players that they've drafted since 1982. Well, the gun is loaded at Houston. Now it's up to Warren Moon to pull the trigger.
And in addition, they, of course, have added Drew Hill, number 85, Butch Woolfolk, both of them coming in trades, and then from the USFL, Mike Rozier. Hugh Campbell, the head coach of the Houston Oilers. Their record is 1-1, but in their heart of hearts, they feel like that they are 2-0 because 2 touchdowns were called back that the NFL office this week said should have been touchdowns. So in reality, although the record does not show it, they defeated the Washington Redskins. In their minds, they are 2-0. Now, Lee Johnson will kick off for Houston. And Rich Ehrenberg is the deep back on the return. And he'll down it in the end zone, and the Steelers will bring the ball out to their own 20-yard line, and that's where they'll go to work. So Pittsburgh's ball at their own 21st down, and let's look at the offensive set. The quarterback is Mark Malone. The 2 running backs, Abercrombie and Pollard. The tight end is Darrell Nelson, and he has not caught a pass this year and only a couple last year. And the wide receivers, Stallworth and Lips, an integral part of the offense. And that offensive line, Rostovsky, Wolfley, Webster, Long, and Toots Hilton. 20-yard line, first offensive play of the game. Baker to reverse, and here's Abercrombie. And he is out of bounds at the 27-yard line. So, Sam, a quick pick of 7. It'll be 2nd down and 3. Keith Bostic was running out. We'll look at that defensive line. Ray Childress, the only rookie starting lineup, either team. Childress, Stensrud, and Baker, the front 3. The linebackers, Lyles, Riley, Abraham, and Meads. And a look at the secondary. Brown, Allen, Bostic, and Eason. A very young defense for the Houston Oilers. And Frank Pollard gets the call, and he'll pick up the first down. He has 4 to the 31-yard line. Robert Abraham, one of the inside linebackers, beating him, and the Steelers talked about it. Everybody talked about it. Established the running game. They felt that they did not run well, Sam, last Monday night. They are going to run well today, and you alluded to it in the opening.
Well, I think it's going to help Mark Malone. They want to bring him now back on track.
Abercrombie. And Walter has 4 to the 35, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. Abercrombie runs better on artificial surface than he does on real grass.
The lead back now. 30 is the key blocker. Abercrombie does run better on AstroTurf. He finds the soft spot in the defense and picks up a couple of yards. I think if you're going to run the ball, you have to make that commitment because you may not gain a lot of yards, but you have to stay with it during the course of the game.
Johnny Meads makes the tackle for the Houston Oilers. 2nd down and 6. Slot on the near side. Malone has not thrown the ball. Lips shows motion. Little play action fake. Wants to throw a screen, and it is incomplete. Pollard, the intended receiver behind the screen. That was a terrible pass by Malone.
The screen was played very well. The quarterback set up. He watched for the rush. He came back and just threw an errant pass. Watch him drop back, get into the pocket, fake, let the defense now rush. Now come back, lay the ball off to 30. There's no linebackers. You have 73 and 63 in front of the play, and he just threw an incompletion, and it could have been a big play.
Ostowski and Wolfley out in front of Pollard, but it's no gain, no play, incomplete, 3rd down 6. Now he'll throw. And we know he's going to throw, and Houston knows he's going to throw. And he misses Lewis Lips. Steve Brown had the coverage, and it'll be 4th down and 6. So the Steelers came out. They were running the ball very effectively. They had to throw. They did not throw very well. Harry Newsom will be kicking. 44.6-yard average. And Willie Drury, the rookie out of West Virginia, on the return from the 28. He'll have about 4, maybe 5 yards on the return. They'll spot it around the 33-yard line. Bob Coors down very quickly. A punt of 37 yards. We've got a timeout. 13-10 left to go. We're in the first quarter. We have no score, and we'll be back. Houston on offense for the first time in the ball game, and we have no score. 13-10, time remaining, first quarter. Warren Moon, the quarterback, and Moriarty gets the call. Larry from the 33 to the 37, a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6. David Little with the tackle. Let's look at the offensive set for the Houston Oilers. Warren Moon, the quarterback. Woolfolk and Moriarty, the running backs. Wide receivers, Tim Smith and Drew Hill. And the tight end, Jamie Williams. Saw Jamie at the hotel. He said he's ready for a big game. Offensive line will be Moran, Munchak, Romano, Schumacher, and Matthews. 2nd down and 6. Give is to the second back through, and that's Woolfolk. And he will go to the 41-yard line. So you'll pick up 4. It'll be 3rd down and a couple. Mike Merriweather, the outside linebacker, was the man who stopped him. And let's look at the defense of the Steelers. This is that change. Catano in the middle, and Nelson, who was in the middle, goes back outside. Gary Dunn is out with the knee injury. So it's a little bit suspect. Merriweather, Little, Cole, and Hinkle. Hinkle, the leading tackler on the ball club for the Steelers. Very active linebacker. Secondary, Woodruff, Clayton, Shell, and Williams. We're going to mark the ball at the 40, so it's 3rd down and 3. Moon has pressure, steps away. This is where he's dangerous. It is incomplete. Jamie Williams, the intended receiver. Jamie was coming back along the sideline, but the pass was too high. Wayne Woodruff had the coverage.
Warren Moon is going to be very difficult to keep in the pocket today. Puts a lot of pressure on your defense, and he should have completed that pass.
Johnson back to kick for Houston.
So Lee Johnson, who is 4th in the AFC, will be kicking a 44.5-yard average. Harry Newsom, the punter for the Steelers, is 3rd in the conference, with Rick Woods and Lewis Lips, the 2 deep back set for the return. Oh, straight kick. They'll just let it sail. Hits about 5 yards deep in the end zone. That was close to 75 yards in the air. We'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. 59 yards officially from the line of scrimmage. We'll be back in a moment. Pittsburgh has not lost a home game since Malone became a starter. That means they're 5-0 at home. But he seems a bit nervous at the start. Is that the impression that you get?
Yes, I think what he needs to do now is just hit a pass and get in the groove. He just missed 2 key passes on their last possession.
Abercrombie, after a fake inside, goes right. The defense strings him out, and Avon Riley makes the play. Robert Lyles was also there. Denver 7-0 over Atlanta. John Elway touchdown pass to Vance Johnson of 63 yards. Raphael Septien, a 32-yard field goal for the Cowboys out in front of the Browns. Here we have no score. First quarter, 11:39 time remaining in the first period. A loss of 7 back to the 13, so it is 2nd down and 17. And that means that Malone will have to throw. Drops this one off, and it is incomplete. Abercrombie, the intended receiver, and Johnny Meads had very tight coverage on him. And it'll be 3rd down and 17.
They have to be very careful here now. They're deep in their third territory and they have a 3rd and 17. They try to go to Abercrombie, number 34, to try to get half of it, and he just was covered too tight by the linebacker.
So Pollard, number 30, comes out. Rich Ehrenberg comes in along with Steve Morris. Morris is there as a blocker, and Ehrenberg is there as a receiver. 3rd down and 16 officially.
They have to throw the ball upfield. Look for him to throw to the middle of the offense, number 82, John Stallworth, to try to pick up the 1st down.
Stallworth showing motion. Comes over the middle. He's open. Malone does not see him. Goes deep the opposite side to Lois Lips. 1st down, 35-yard line. A gain of 21 on the play. Bo Eason with the tackle.
They had to throw deep. The important thing right now, release off the line of scrimmage. Make sure you get up to get the 1st down. Now come to the inside. They're in his own defense. He lays down very nicely and gets the 1st down. The key to that is to make sure you release off the line of scrimmage without being held up by number 24, Steve Brown.
And you saw Steve, he let him go. He was picking up a receiver coming across underneath the coverage. 1st down, Steelers ball, their own 35-yard line, no score. And we're in the 1st quarter, and here's Abercrombie. And he is hit first by Steve Brown and then brought down by Bo Eason. So now the Steelers have got an offense cranked up, and we expect to see him in this situation go back and grind it out for a little while.
I hate to use the word establish the run, but I think they're going to be forced to do that, but they have to get the ball to Louis Lips and John Stallworth to create the big plays in their offense.
2nd down and 9. Do they stay on the ground here or do they go to the air?
They're going to throw the football here on 2nd and 9.
Good lay. Malone. 1st down. Call play. Out of bounds. 49. Good call.
It was a design play.
13 yards.
It was a design play. He fakes the run. Everybody goes for it. The linebacker on that side bites on it, and they're taking advantage of Malone's ability to run. Now, he clearly designed his play, and he's going to do what all smart quarterbacks do, run out of bounds.
And let's point out that he calls about 70% of his own plays.
Right. Chuck Noll handles some of the tough situations in play selection.
Steelers, 49-yard line. 1st down. 81 is Darrell Nelson showing one. Coming inside is Frank Pollard. And Pollard has 5 yards to the Houston 46-yard line. Avon Riley with the tackle. It'll be 2nd down 5. First time the Steelers have been in Oiler territory.
I think, Charlie, now they're going to run the ball at Houston. I think if they try to run wide, they're going to be playing into their strength because they're young and they're very fast. They've really improved their team defensive speed. So I think the Steelers now are going to go right at them.
High formation. Ehrenberg and Pollard. And it's Pollard. And you're right, Sam. They come right at him. 42-yard line. Gain of 4, so it'll be 3rd down and about 1, maybe 1.5. Bo Eason with the tackle. Why do you go right at him?
Because I think right now they can overpower them. And I think that's the Steelers' game. Houston right now, as I said before, has good team speed. And you don't want to go from sideline to sideline. I think you'll be more effective by just going right at them with the power game.
3rd down, just a little over a yard to go for the 1st down. First down, Frank Pollard. 39-yard line. Needed 1.5, and he got 3. Johnny Meads and Bo Eason with the stop.
Pollard is coming to the right. Now watch him cut back, picks up the block by 73, Craig Wolfley, and all he needs right now is to pick up the 1st down. When you're in short yardage, offensively, you try to control the line of scrimmage.
1st down for the Steelers. This is their 3rd 1st down in this drive. Pollard 4 carries, 17 yards thus far. Ehrenberg and Pollard the setback. And here's Pollard again. And this time wrestled down by Robert Abraham, but not before He picks up 5 yards to the 34-yard line, so it'll be 2nd down and 5. And if it works, they're going to stay with it, right?
They're going straight ahead and nearly straight ahead. And they'll continue to do that until the Oilers make an adjustment to stop it.
What will Houston do to take it away?
They'll begin now to crash their ends and try to blitz to slow up the running game. You'll see their inside linebackers, 53 Avon Riley and 56 Robert Abraham, be more of a factor on the inside game.
Nelson in motion. To the outside, 25-yard line, gain of 9. 1st down, Bo Eason chases him out. So as soon as they concentrate inside, you want to get outside very quickly.
Well, when you say they're going to go straight ahead, you also have to use some degree of change-ups to play for the adjustment that you know the defense is going to make. There's Hugh Campbell right now, and I'm sure they're making some adjustments on the sideline because the Steelers have really moved the ball well on the ground and utilizing Mark Malone's ability to run.
And Frank Bush, the rookie taken in the 5th round out of North Carolina State, comes in as an outside linebacker. Malone pump fake. Wants to go to the corner. He's got it. Lewis left. Touchdown Steelers.
Drops back short. He pumps to fake the outside, and Louis goes on top after the fake. There's 24. He plays the receiver very well, but he just doesn't go up for the ball with number 83, Louis Lips, spiking the ball in the end zone.
Anderson with the extra point attempt. It is up, and it is good. So the Pittsburgh Steelers move out in front of the Houston Oilers by a score of 7-0 with 7:13 left to go. First period. Sigliano, the Steelers out in front 7-0. Three River Stadium, Pittsburgh. And Gary Anderson is kicking off. Tasker and Drury are the beatbacks, and this is Steve Tasker. 24-yard line. Let's go to New York City and Bob Costas.
All right, Charlie, it's the Broncos with a 7-0 lead on the Falcons. A little flip from John Elway to Vance Johnson, and when the defensive back misses the tackle, he is gone for a 63-yard score. It's Elway's 7th TD pass of the season. Back to Charlie and Sam.
Denver, a force to be reckoned with in the AFC this year and in the NFL. Houston's ball, first down their own 24-yard line. Larry Moriarty from the Houston 24 will give him a yard to the 25. Be 2nd down and 9, and Keith Willis was there to greet him. And now the Oilers need to get a semblance of an offense going. They do not necessarily have to score, but they have to, get the emotions moving on offense if they can move the ball. And I think that means that Warren Moon's got to start throwing.
What they need right now, Charlie, is to just get a couple of first downs put together.
Tim Smith in the slot on the right side. They come back inside on the ground. It is Moriarty.
Wolford was offside.
And flags are down for the first time.
Looks like their halfback, Butch Woolfolk, number 40, moved just a little too quickly.
The ball went to the 35-yard line, which would have been a first down.
Illegal motion on the offense, number 40.
Ben Dreith, the referee.
Butch is lined up as a tailback. He moves. Now he has to get set. And basically, you really can't put that on Butch Woolfolk. Number 1, Warren Moon, should have been able to give him the time. And this is the thing the Oilers don't want to do right now. They need to get themselves a couple of first downs and not in 2nd and 15, where now the Pittsburgh can really come at them with the pass rush.
And the ball back at the 20-yard line. The slot's on the far side. Smith in the slot, and Drew Hill split away. To the weak side with Moriarty, but the defense is there as Mike Merriweather, the Pro Bowler, makes the tackle.
That was a conservative call. Keith Willis, number 93. They're pitching out to Moriarty, number 30. He goes to the inside, and Keith Willis makes a fine play. The right tackle, The right tackle on Houston, number 74, Bruce Matthews, did not make the block. Willis just beat him and made the play in the backfield.
Lost it a couple, 3rd down 16. Moon has time, and the pass is complete to Tim Smith. He comes down with it at the 30 or the 31-yard line. That will be shy of the first down. He needed to get to the 34-yard line, so he comes up about 2.5 to 3 yards short. Harvey Clayton makes the tackle, and that means that Lee Johnson will come in to kick for the Oilers.
Johnson back to kick for Houston. Woods and Lips receive for Pittsburgh.
Johnson kicking either to Lewis Lips or to Rick Woods.
You can rest assured in punting situations today, Johnson's going to kick the ball to Rick Woods. And there he goes to Lewis Lips.
For the 29-yard line. And Lips returns it to about the 43. 40-yard punt. 13 yards on the return. And we'll be back in just a moment. Steelers leading the Oilers 7-0. The 104th straight home sellout for the Steelers. That is 3rd in the NFL, behind Washington and Denver. And Frank Pollard pops it for a first down. 12 yards to the Houston 45, and Bo Eason makes the tackle.
They're going right at the defense. Let's look at 30 in the middle of your screen. 56, Abraham's blocked by 74, Terry Long, and that breaks it. And anytime 21, Eric Williams has to make the tackles from the deep secondary, the Houston defense is in trouble.
Correction, 21, Bo Eason. Free safety for the Oilers.
Right. Just had my teams mixed up.
Close, right number. 45-yard line of Houston. Malone to throw. And he goes deep. Stallworth. Incomplete. And John almost made the play, reaching back over the top of Patrick Allen. Patrick Allen he played him well, though.
He played it very well. I think Mark Malone, as he drops back here, is waiting too long. He lets the ball up too late. Patrick Allen, 29, plays it very well, and Stallworth, using his body like a rebounder, almost makes a classic John Stallworth play. It was covered very well by Patrick Allen, and I think Mark Malone should get that ball up a little faster. He gave Patrick Allen the ability to recover on the play.
Defensively for the Oilers, Brian Soche comes in, so they'll show a 4-man front. 2nd down and 10. Houston 45. Steelers out in front, 7-0. Just over 3.5 to go first period. And Ehrenberg is dumped right at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for a yard, maybe a yard and a half. For an NFL update, let's go to Bob Costas.
Charlie, a moment ago, John Elway threw a 63-yard touchdown pass, but now Atlanta gets even. This one is deflected into the arms of linebacker John Rady. He'll bring it back 38 yards for a touchdown, and after the PAT, the Falcons have tied it at 7. Back to Charlie and Sam.
All right, thank you, Bob. Pittsburgh here, 2 out of 3 third down conversions. And Pollard on the ground, 34 yards and 6 carries. Numbers update here.
Watch Weezy Thompson on number 29. Oh, good. Nice play.
Stallworth, 36-yard line. It was 3rd down and 8. He's going to be a yard shy of the first down. Rod Cush brought Stallworth down. And Stallworth shaken up as the trainer comes out. Stallworth on Monday night, his 400th career reception. 47th man in the NFL to reach that plateau.
I don't think it's serious. Malone now feels the blitz coming. Stenzerood's right in his face. 67. He gets the ball off quickly to John Stallworth, and 37. Rod Cush makes a nice play and separates the ball. They would have had a first down, and of course now Stallworth is out there. I don't think it looks very serious. It looks like he just got the breath knocked out of him.
So the ball goes back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 43. And it'll be 4th down and 8. Dallas leading Cleveland 3-0 first quarter score. The Giants out in front of St. Louis by a score of 7-0. A Phil Simms touchdown pass. Denver and Atlanta now tied 7-7 on that interception by John Ray. Philadelphia 3, Washington nothing. McFadden a 42-yard field goal. San Diego 3, Cincinnati nothing. A 20-yard field goal by Bob Thomas. New England 3, Buffalo nothing. Tony Franklin field goal of 32 yards. And New Orleans 7, Tampa Bay nothing. A Dave Wilson touchdown pass. That's updated everything. And Harry Newsom will be kicking as Stallworth comes off of the field of combat.
Newsom back to kick
Pittsburgh
for
7, Houston nothing. We have 2 minutes and 50 seconds. That is the time remaining first quarter. And Newsom goes for the corner. And he has it, an excellent kick. We're going to mark it out right at the 9.5. And don't forget, next Saturday on NBC Sports, our coverage of 1985 baseball season, the Mets against the Pirates or the Cardinals against the Expos. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. Eastern Time with Major League Baseball and Inside Look. The tradition is here. The memories are waiting on the network of the 1985 League Championship Series. So Houston unable to get out of their own end of the field thus far. Little play action fake. Moon has pressure at the 1, and he will be dropped at the 1-yard line. Keith Willis is the man who got him.
It's a play-action pass. Moon sets back. He looks like he has room, but Merriweather's going to come off this block late. That was a coverage sack. There wasn't anyone open up field, and he had to eat the ball. And what's happening in Houston right now, they're not playing the field position game very well. They have a long, long way to go on every single drive.
Rozier comes into that offensive set. And Moriarty gets the call from the 1. And Larry may get just outside of the 1, but that's about it. Edmund Nelson makes the defensive play.
Okay.
Harvey Salem, number 73, making his first appearance of the season in this ball game. Left tackle, he's been bothered by a knee injury.
As Harvey Salem does a nice job blocking on Edmund Nelson, number 64, and Harvey Salem, number 73, needs to get back into this Houston offense.
They're down at 18.
Intercepted.
At the 22-yard line, it is Donnie Shell with the interception. Moon tried to force it. Donnie Shell with his first interception of the season, his 44th in his career.
Warren Moon is overlooking the defense. Now watch his feet. He throws the ball right to Donnie Shell, number 44th interception, leads all active players in the National Football League. And I think, Charlie, if Warren Moon had an opportunity to do that over again, he would have ate the ball. He forced the football, and you don't want to do that as a quarterback.
9-yard line, first down and goal to go. And Frank Pollard dives off the right side. Johnny Meads was there to cover him. And they'll mark it at the 5, a gain of 4. Second down, goal to go, 5-yard line, 1 minute and 10 seconds. That is the time remaining first quarter. The Steelers lead 7-0, and they threaten to blow this one wide open.
I have a feeling, Charlie, that he likes 82 Stallworth down here. And he singled on number 29, Patrick Allen. Don't be surprised if he goes to Stallworth.
At the bottom of your screen, number 82. Goes back over the middle. Lewis Lips has his second. when you look at the replay, you'll see Malone looking to the left to Stallworth. He was covered, then he rolled to his right, and he picked up Lips, and he hits him.
Well, he's looking to the left to Stallworth Ehrenberg, and this is what a good athlete does for you. He runs to his right, he finds Lips in the end zone.
The extra point is there. Gary Anderson tags it on. And the Steelers lead the Oilers 14-0 with 42 seconds left to go first quarter.
This is the advantage of having a good athlete at quarterback. And defensively now, don't worry about the end zone. Defend receivers. And 83 now has the second touchdown. And number 24, Steve Brown, looked like he had the coverage, and he was just too late. And right now, I think Mark Malone is back on track.
And don't forget Donnie Shell's interception, his first of the season, his 44th in his outstanding career, set the whole thing up. 14-0 Pittsburgh, and Gary Anderson will be kicking off for the Steelers. With Steve Tasker, number 80, and 15, Willie Drury, a pair of rookie speedsters. Tasker from Northwestern, where he was a return specialist, and Drury from West Virginia. There's Louis Lips.
He's back on track. He caught 3 here in the first game against the Colts, and he already has 2, and the first quarter isn't over.
Tasker takes it at the 1, to the 15, to the 20, and he returns near the 25-yard line. Mike Merriweather was down on the special teams for the Steelers. And so Houston, with 32 seconds left to go in the first quarter, still at their end of the field, and they have yet to show any semblance of an offense.
John, I think they'd have to throw the ball a little bit now on first down and try to get something going and get their offense in gear. Right now, they're facing too many second and third long situations and also poor field position.
Houston, first drive went to their own 41. The second drive, they went to their own 32. A flag is down. And on their third drive, they had the interception by Donnie Shell.
Looks like it's against Houston, and now it's going to be another first and
False
15.
start, offense, number 73.
The call on Harvey Salem.
This is Harvey Salem, number 73's first game. Hadn't played in the offseason, and it's his first regular season game, and they need him there. Last week, Eric Moran, number 72, had 4 holding penalties against the Redskins.
Rozier and Moriarty, the running backs. This is Larry Moriarty. Another conservative call. He'll get maybe a yard. Cole with the tackle. Let's join Bob Costas. Bob?
Charlie, the Cowboys are giving the Browns a taste of those post-Monday night blues. Here it is, Danny White, 11 yards to Doug Cosby. The Browns, who beat the Steelers in Cleveland on Monday, are trailing in Dallas 10-0.
And here, Pittsburgh leading Houston by a score of 14-0. Keith Willis is the player who is down.
They can ill afford to lose Keith Willis. John Goodman and Gary Dunn, 2 defensive linemen of Pittsburgh, are already hurt. But Willis is on his feet, and he looks like he's going to be okay.
And he'll be replaced by their number 1 draft choice, Darrell Sims, out of Wisconsin, 6'3", 269-pounder. Second down and 13. They'll mark at the 22-yard line. But Houston very conservative at their end of the field.
At this point right now, they've got to open the gates, get going. They've got to move the football. They're playing in Pittsburgh Steelers' hands.
And time has run out in the first quarter. That is the end of the first period with the score. Pittsburgh 14, Houston nothing, and the Oilers have problems. We'll be back in a moment. They were unable to get any kind of an offense going. Warren Moon completing 1 of 3 for 14 yards, and he suffered that interception that Donnie Shell picked off. Tim Smith in the institutional. Second down and 12. Moon with the screen. And Moriarty fights his way to the 30-yard line. So they pick up 8 yards on the play. It'll be third down and 4.
That was a nice call. Very conservative, but they got half of it, and now they're in a decent third down and medium situation, and he can...
A penalty called on Brian Hinkle. And they'll tag it to the end of the play. The statistics in the first quarter weighed heavily to the side of the Steelers, as was the score, 14-0. And this is the best field position the Oilers have had, and it is their own 45-yard line. First down, courtesy of a penalty call on the Steelers.
Put the ball up, Warren. Put the ball up.
Moriarty off the right side. And he'll have 5. We'll mark it for 5 to the 50. It'll be second down and 5. Dwayne Woodruff with the tackle. Today's telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. More of that right now. Let's go to Bob Costas and an update.
Charlie, a week ago, officials' mistakes cost the Oilers 2 touchdowns in Washington. It almost happens to the Bengals today. Esiason to Collinsworth. He's obviously bumped over the line. The official at first makes a terrible call, says no TD. But they conferred, and then Gene Bart's crew reversed it. Touchdown, Bengals.
And we're back at Three Rivers Stadium. Second down and 5. Rozier picks up close to the first down. Let's see where they spot it. David Little makes the tackle. They're going to mark it up just shy of the 45 of Pittsburgh. So it'll be third down and about a yard to go. As I was saying a moment ago, today's telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the National Football League is prohibited. Third down and 1. Steelers lead 14-0. Houston has converted 1 of 4 third down opportunities. Warren Moon is trying to wedge it out, and he's got it. Give him a yard to the 44. Hinkle with the tackle, and first down Houston. Nelson also there. So Houston started, Sam, back on their own 25-yard line, but it's almost like a sputtering offense, a hit and miss every second or third play. It doesn't have the rhythm of a good offense yet.
Yeah, they need to have some fluidity right now to get back into sync. Start running the ball and throwing the ball more on first down. I think they should throw the ball more on first down.
And Moon throws on first down, far side Tim Smith, out of bounds. 32-yard line, first down. Dwayne Woodruff was chasing him.
And that's what Warren Moon needed to do right now. There's Dwayne Woodruff, number 49, covering Tim Smith on that play. Now he's completed a pass upfield, and now I think they're in sync, and it's important on this possession that they come out with something.
32. Check the scoreboard as play continues here. Steelers 32-yard line, first down. Houston needing a touchdown to get back into the ball game. Rozier. A couple of yards to the 30. It'll be second down and 8. Dwayne Woodruff with the tackle. Rozier, as you know, in the USFL, played for 2 teams, one of the teams here in Pittsburgh.
One of the interesting things now, Charlie, there's a score, Philadelphia 6 and Cincinnati nothing, is that Rozier now is playing fullback. And number 32, Stan Edwards, is at halfback. I think they want a little bit more quickness at that spot.
Second down and 8.
Now they've changed again. Moriarty's back at fullback and Rozier at halfback.
Moon with time, now being chased. He goes to his tight end, Jamie Williams. And Williams taken out of bounds by David Little. So he had time. Edmund Nelson then broke loose in the defense, started to chase him. He rolled to the right and he hits the tight end.
Watch Moon focus now. He's looking to his left. He wants to go to Drew Hill, but he's covered very well. Now he comes out. This is what he does well. He can attack the line of scrimmage, put pressure. He finds Jamie Williams, number 87, and the tackle's made by number 50, David Little, with Mike Merriweather, 57, standing on hand.
Third down and a yard. 23-yard line of the Steelers.
Mike Rozier. Give the ball to Mike.
They do. The defense is there. He may not have picked it up.
Charlie, I don't think he made it. Now an interesting call is going to have to be made by Hugh Campbell, because I think he was stopped, and it's going to be very, very close. Rozier is deep. What happened now on short yardage, the defensive line of Pittsburgh beat. There's 21 Eric Williams, and before that, number 50 David Little. They won the battle on the line of scrimmage.
But there was no question in the mind of Hugh Campbell. They're going for it, 4th down and 1.
Look for the same play.
Play action fake, Moon rolling right. Needs a fake. And he may have got it on a very strong individual effort. And was it Carr that brought him down? I believe it was, but he had to put a move on a linebacker one-on-one in the open field.
Well, I think it was a gutsy call. You never have an opportunity to get a big play, to get a one-on-one. And the insurance policy is that Warren Moon
Donnie
can run.
Shell.
That's Donnie Shell, but he causes a miss, and he gets the 1st down. But anytime you have a great athlete at quarterback, good things are going to happen.
20-yard line of the Steelers. He put the move on Donnie Shell. So that kind of gets even for the interception. Here's Rozier. 10-5. He's down at the 5-yard line. A gain of 15. Merriweather decked him. It'll be 1st down and goal to go for the gambling Oilers.
They had a blitz. He gives the ball to Rozier, number 33. He breaks to his left. 21 is coming in for the hit, and he misses him. Eric Williams, and Rozier goes right up to the defense. Because they were in a blitz, there was nobody there to recover.
5-yard line, 1st down, goal to go. Woolfolk and Moriarty are the running backs. Moriarty, and he'll get a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Let's mark it to 4. 2nd down, goal to go. This drive started back at the Houston 25-yard line, and now has consumed 14 plays. The next one, the 15.
Well, I think one of the key plays in this drive was the roughing of the passer by number 53, Brian Hinkle, and it kept the drive going, because at that point it was 3rd and 5 at midfield. They're going to have to throw the ball now on 2nd down. I look for them to throw a play-action pass here on 2nd down.
Dressel going in motion. Here's Moriarty. No gain. 3rd down, goal to go. 4-yard line. David Little led the defense.
This is a tough defense when you get down inside that 5-yard line. They don't have to worry about covering deep in the end zone, and they have a lot of people committed on the line of scrimmage, and there's David Little, number 50, and the strength of the Pittsburgh defense is their linebackers.
3 tight ends for the Oilers. Williams, Dressel, McCluskey. 3rd down, goal to go, 4-yard line.
Warren Moon's got to run a play-action pass and run outside himself.
He heads for the corner. He puts the move on Shell. He does it again. He gets by Donnie Shell.
They didn't give it to him. They did not give him the touchdown, I don't think.
They say that he did not get in with the football. It'll be just inches away.
If he had decided to tuck that ball and run for the flag, Warren Moon, number 1, would have scored. Now we have another decision to make. Now watch him come to the outside. Now put your head down. Oh, Shell is in good position. Now let's watch it, see if the ball crosses the plane, and the ball does not cross the plane, and it's a good call by the officials.
So inches away, 4th down, goal to go.
Give the ball to Rozier.
Rozier on the fake. Boone has dropped the ball. And the Steelers will take over on downs. A play action fake. Rozier was going over the top, and in the end zone all alone was number 88 tight end Chris Dressel. Shell recovers the fumble, and we'll be back in a moment. The Steelers just trying to get a little bit of running room. Abercrombie from the 5 to the 7-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. The effect on the Houston Oilers.
Right now, I think it's devastating, because not being able to score with 4 shots inside the 5-yard line is going to be staring them right in the face in the 4th quarter. Houston needed to get into that end zone, and now the Steelers have the ball, and they don't have anything on the scoreboard.
Steelers now with 2 tight ends. A wide receiver is Weegee Thompson. The ball carrier is Abercrombie. And he is out of bounds, shy of the 10-yard line. So it'll be third down and around 5 to go. John Grimsley for the Oilers was chasing him out of bounds, and there was a flag on the play.
Looks to me like there was a holding penalty on the Steelers on that wide sweep by Abercrombie, 34. Steve Morse, the fullback, number 47, looks like he was holding on that play because he was leading the play.
Avon Riley discussing the options with the referee, Ben Dry. And at the same time as he's holding the discussion, he's looking eyeball to eyeball with his head coach, Hugh Campbell. Do you take it? Do you refuse it? Be third down and 5, or be second down and the ball back at the 4, second down and 11.
Offensive holding number 47. Decline the penalty. It's third down.
Abercrombie's going outside, number 34. He's being led by 47. There's 47 making a block, and his left arm right there is hooking. You can hug him, but you can't kiss him. Steve Morse, number 47, and it was a good call by the official.
Third down and 5. Lips is Starworth back in as wide receiver.
He's going to Louis.
And it is caught. And Steve Brown at good position. 28 yards. Here it is. Louis Lips.
Louis Lips. He releases off the line of scrimmage. Now the game is over. Once the receiver releases off the line of scrimmage, he wins the battle. Now watch him concentrate. And Brown, Steve Brown, 24, did the same thing. His position was very good, but he didn't play the ball just like the receiver. And that's why Lips now made another big play for a 38-yard gain.
So Louis Lips has 2 touchdown receptions thus far. Big play man in the ball game. Pumping and then going deep. Stallworth had a misread. Patrick Allen was dropping back on the far side, but Stallworth had cut it off.
He was running a hook and go. There's 29 Patrick Allen, and they were running a hook, and Stallworth was on the first pump by Mark Malone, was going to run deep, and John Stallworth there on the top of your screen, number 82, did not respond to it, and Malone did the best thing. He threw it to some blonde's lap in the mezzanine.
Second and 10, back at the 38-yard line. Weegee Thompson comes in as a wide receiver. He places Lips on the right side, Stallworth on the left side. And that's Thompson in motion. Abercrombie. First down and more. $14 yards on the play. Patrick Allen with the tackle. Houston's 48.
Weegee Thompson is not only a good receiver, he's the best blocking receiver that they have on a team. And he's brought in for those situations. There he's in motion, 87 on top of your screen. He puts a hat right on the defender, number 24, Steve Brown, and number 34, Walter Abercrombie, breaks some tackles and clearly runs for about 13 or 14 yards for a first down.
Just inside the Houston 48-yard line. 5.5 to go. In the second quarter, Pittsburgh on top 14-0. Frank Pollard gets the call. As we pause briefly for station identification, this is the NBC Television Network.
You're watching WPXI TV.
This is Charlie Jones, Sam Retigliano, Three Rivers Stadium. 5 minutes, 14 seconds and counting. Time remaining in the first half. The Steelers out in front of the Houston Oilers by a score of 14-0. 2 touchdown passes to Louis Lips, one of 25 and the other of 5. Abercrombie hit first by Jesse Baker. But he keeps going close to the first down.
Steelers are doing it all now to that young defense. They're running the ball effectively. They're getting the ball upfield for the big plays. And for a coach on the sideline, Chuck Noll right now, boy, it's nice. It's like opening packages on Christmas Eve when everything out there is going well for you. A lot of good calls, Chuck. A lot of good execution.
Third down and 1, Houston 38-yard line. Pollard 8 carries, 40 yards. Abercrombie 8 carries, 36 yards. Steelers said they were going back to their running game, and they certainly have. Third down and 1.
Frank Pollard for the first down. Play action. They're going 87. Weegie Thompson.
And he overthrows him. It was there. He had a step on Steve Brown.
Steve Brown was covering Weegie Thompson one-on-one. It was third and short yardage. Thompson releases, goes to the post. He's wide open now. Mark, throw the ball to the middle of the field. He bends him back into the inside, and it's an impossible catch for Thompson. And if Mark Malone had a chance to see that over again, Thompson was wide open. It was an excellent call. They caught the defense short. They didn't expect it, and I think they're going to go for it now to pick up the first down.
Fourth down and 1. 2 tight ends, Gothard and Nelson. Abercrombie and Pollard, the running backs. Malone, quarterback sneak, just trying to wedge it. Needed actually less than a yard.
It's going to be a first down. Where Mark Malone made the mistake on that play, he tried to hit the receiver rather than lead the receiver to the open field.
First down, Houston 37-yard line. Gibson, Stallworth, wide to the near side. Do you go deep?
Well, I think right now they're going to go to the 2-receiver side, and apparently Mark Malone saw something about the defense or the formation that he was in that he wasn't very happy with.
So he takes the timeout. 3:37 to go, second quarter. We'll be back in a moment. Now, will the Steelers go deep? You know, the same question you faced a moment ago. Are they going to be conservative here and then try and, are they going to use up the last 2 minutes going for the score?
Well, they have 3 minutes and 37 seconds. I think they're going to throw the ball.
Here's Abercrombie. 5 yards to the 32. Second down and 5. Johnny Meads with the tackle. "34 yards for Abercrombie today. Walter 9 carries.
They're running the ball effectively, and as we said from the start, if they're able to run the ball, Mark Malone's going to have a good day.
Second and 6. Here's Pollard. First down. They're running the ball so effectively, there's no reason to take a chance on the pass right now. Riley and Lyles with a stop.
Right now on first down, I think what they want to do is just run the clock down. They would rather score 7 than 3, but they don't want Houston to have the ball back. That time they saw an adjustment by the Houston Oilers in the middle, and they ran a trap right up the middle with number 30, Frank Pollard. It was an excellent audible on the part of Mark Malone. I would look for him here, Charlie, probably, to put the ball up on first down.
Stay with us for NFL 85 at halftime. Highlights and updates of all the games around the National Football League today. It is caught by Louis Lips. Two-minute warning now be given to both benches. The ball at the 18-yard line. Steelers lead 14-0, and they threaten. We'll be back. Covered by Donnie Shell on the 5-yard line. Since then, the Steelers have moved 77 yards to the Houston 18-yard line. Second down and 4. 2 minutes to go, first half. Abercrombie led by Pollard. Gets the block, cuts inside. 13-yard line, needed 4. He got 5. He has the first down.
They have plenty of time, and they have 2 timeouts left. Right now, it's important to come out with something. If you don't get the touchdown, you want Gary Anderson in there to kick the field goal. Ehrenberg is in there now to replace Walter Abercrombie, a back who's a role player that they like to throw the ball to, number 24. I wouldn't be surprised now. He's lined up on the side of Stallworth and Lips. They wouldn't go to Ehrenberg, 24, as Lips and Stallworth clear the area out.
That's the call, and he misses it. Second down and 10, 13-yard line. Thus far in the ballgame, Louis Lips, 5 receptions for 85 yards and the 2 touchdowns. He's made the big play for the Steelers. .111 left to go. First half. Steelers up 14-0 over Houston. Houston had the one drive that was thwarted, just inches away from the end zone.
I look for them now to throw the ball into the end zone. They're on a 13-yard line. Looks like they're going to use motion, but they don't. They give the ball to Abercrombie.
And he's brought down at the 12-yard line by Ray Childress. So it'll go for a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 9. And with the clock marching 50 seconds and counting. And it's 3rd down and 9. Use up the 30-second clock. You got 20 seconds on the 30-second clock. Go to the end zone. You don't make the touchdown, you go to the field goal.
I say Weegie Thompson, number 87, on number 29, Patrick Allen. They're not giving Patrick Allen any help.
At the top of the screen. Single coverage. And we've got jumping.
Ehrenberg was in motion, so I think it might be on Houston, who jumped too quickly.
Offense false start, number 74.
On the guard, Terry Long.
Terry Long inside. They're going to have to throw the ball in the end zone. They just don't have enough time left to complete a pass for first down inside the 5.
3rd down, 14. 18-yard line. 4 whistles. The marker had not been set on the near side. Aha, that's the reason. It should have been the 17-yard line. They marked off 6 yards rather than 5. And the field judge caught it.
They're going to go to the top of the screen. 87, Weegie Thompson's outside him, and Stallworth is inside. 21, Bo Easton is the safety behind him. He's going to have to find a one-on-one. And he gets sacked.
Jesse Baker was there. Childress was also there. So Pittsburgh takes a timeout.
Malone is dropping straight back. He's looking for Ehrenberg in the end zone. And it's a sack by the coverage. Jesse Baker beats Pete Rostowski, number 63, but the coverage upfield was so good that Mark Malone just could not find an open receiver. He calls a timeout with 10 seconds left to go. Now Pittsburgh has an opportunity to kick a field goal.
And during the timeout, a couple of updates from around the NFL. Vince Ferragamo has now passed for over 10,000 yards in his career, now with the Buffalo Bills. And with San Diego, Dan Fouts has passed Jim Hart, now in 3rd place in the all-time passing yardage list in the NFL. And, of course, Bob, Ahmad, and Axe will be updating those particular stats along with highlights and scores from all of the games in the NFL today. So stay with us at halftime for NFL 85. Field goal attempt will be by Gary Anderson, and, oh, he's almost perfect against the AFC Central opposition.
He's uncanny.
21 straight.
The thing that's interesting, it's not only in Pittsburgh, it's on the road in Houston, Cincinnati, and Cleveland.
And of those, Cleveland is the only one with grass. The rest are all artificial surfaces.
Right.
And usually, the reason I mention that, usually kickers kick better on artificial surfaces.
Well, they have the right conditions. The surface is the same, and they can rely on the ball being put down the same way every time. And also, it's very good for soccer-style kickers, which are prevalent in the NFL today.
Now, the snapper will be Mike Webster. He's been bothered by back spasms, did not practice this week. Everybody thought that Ray Penny would be snapping, but no, once the Webster's in there, he'll stay with it, and Scott Campbell will hold. from the 28, an attempt of 38 yards. And he's got it from 38 yards away. So the Steelers add 3 more. They lead 17-0. Gary Anderson will be kicking off. We have 6 seconds left to go in the first half. And the Steelers lead it 17-0. For the Houston Oilers, Steve Tasker and Willie Drury are the 2 deep backs. Tasker, by the way, #1 in the NFL on kickoff returns, coming into the action this weekend with a 32.8-yard return average. At the 1, this is Drury. And he returns to the 30-yard line where Todd Spencer makes the tackle as time runs out in the first half. So, Sam, the first half comes to a close. Pittsburgh leading 17-0. Houston had that drive that stopped just inches away from the goal line. The 4th down opportunity failed when they gambled for it. Should they have gone, in retrospect, hindsight, the best of all vision, should they have gone for the field goal attempt?
No, I think that it was a good call. Anytime you have 4th down and inches and you can't make it into the end zone or for a first down, you have to quit. And that play is going to haunt them because the score right now could very easily be 14-7.
It's 17-0. Steelers 200 to 82.
Well, what we said was Pittsburgh was going to have to run the ball, and they have.
Now, we talked about that at the top of the show. The Steelers talked about that all week long, feeling that they did not run the ball well against Cleveland on Monday night, and they got away from it. But they have been running the ball very effectively. Rushing yardage 115 yards for the Steelers in the first half. And if you remember that magic number, when the Steelers are winning, they rush for about 163 yards a game. So Houston will be receiving to open the second half. Gary Anderson kicking off. And it is taken at the goal line by Willie Drury. And he returns to about the 23 where Mike Merriweather decks him at that point. So Houston has not been blessed with any kind of a field position. The Steelers have not made any mistakes.
That's right. I think Chuck Noll's edict that we talked about in the beginning of the game, where he said he was going to run the ball, is showing here today. And Mark Malone, as we said earlier, when he runs successfully, he's going to have a good day.
Defensively, Keith Willis of the Steelers will not play in the second half. He is out with a contusion of his right eye. And the Oilers open with Larry Moriarty on the ground, the line of scrimmage, their own 23-yard line. And they'll pick up 1, maybe 2. Let's see where the officials mark the ball. Let's give them 2 to the 25. And it's 2nd down and 8, and David Little with a tackle.
I'm a little surprised by their game plan right now, the Oilers. I thought they would come out and throw the ball a little bit more on first down because they're going to have to take some pressure off their inexperienced quarterback, Warren Moon.
Number 99, we saw Darrell Sims, the #1 draft choice, replacing Keith Willis, the defensive line of the Steelers. 2nd down and 8, Houston. Pittsburgh up 17-0 as we open the second half. Still conservative at their end of the field. Larry Moriarty again with the call, 28-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Edmund Nelson with the tackle. So now Moon will have to throw, 3rd and 5.
That makes it difficult for the quarterback because in 3rd down and 5 situations, they're going to be involved with the nickel. Pittsburgh's going to come in with the substitutions. They're going to put more pressure on the quarterback and show more coverages in the secondary.
Houston has converted only 1 of 6 3rd down opportunities. Mike Aku from Hawaii, the rookie speedster taken in the 7th round, is in as a wide receiver. 3rd and 5. Incomplete. He was going to Woolfolk. He sent Drew Hill deep. He sent Tim Smith deep, and he sent Aku deep, and then tried to throw back underneath the coverage for the first down.
And Butch Woolfolk was wide open for the first down. He ran about a pattern just enough to get first down, then sat down, and Warren Moon just missed him. There's Butch Woolfolk going off on the sideline, a good multi-purpose back.
4th down 5, Lee Johnson, left-footed kicker. That means it's the ball is spinning the opposite way, a little like a knuckleball. He's a good one. Oh, it's a great one. Woo. Rick Woods. Woods fields it at the 19. Gives ground to the 15 and is cut down back at the 13-yard line. Robert Lyles was there, a 51-yard kick, a loss of 3 on the return, and we'll be back. Off first down, their own 15-yard line, the official spot. Their first offensive series in the second half, and they open with Pollard, a conservative opening. A gain of 8 to the 23, and to be second down and a couple. Mike Webster, the offensive center for the Steelers, in 12 years has never missed a game. This is his 164th regular season game. Did not practice this week with back spasms. Age 33, and he just
Mike Webster on
going.
Mike Stenenrud, number 67, comes off the ball and turns him, and they're running right at the Houston defense with a great deal of success.
Here's Pollard straight ahead, a little sidestep shuffle, has 8 yards to the 31. Keith Bostic with the tackle, first down. Do you have the feeling that the Oilers are still suffering the aftershocks of the failed touchdown from inches away on 4th down?
Charlie, that stays in your stomach like indigestion. When they were on the 5-yard line and they had a chance to score a touchdown and get back in this ball game, and I think it affects the entire team and the coaching staff.
It is first down, a correction of the graphic, first down and 10, 31-yard line. Here's Abercrombie, 4 yards to the 35. Second down and 6, Frank Bush with the tackle. And I'm assuming that the Steelers are going to going to play the second half basically with the same game plan as the first. They're going to be conservative. They're going to run. They're going to run straight away. And then when they have to throw, then they will be throwing. But not until they have to throw.
I also feel like they want to get back into the running game. And they're in a good situation right now because they can bleed the clock, get back in the running game. Houston is going to have to stop them from running the football.
Little play-action fake to Ehrenberg. Malone keeps. The trailer was Pollard. I thought maybe he was going to pitch to him.
Charlie, that was a option play. That was a quarterback option play. I'm sure they put that in their offense for Malone. We saw that early in the game.
That's what it looked like, but I wasn't sure.
He reverses and fakes the 24 Ehrenberg. Now he comes out and challenges the linebacker. He sees it's wide open, follows the block of number 73, Craig Wolfley, and 16 could have flipped to Pollard, but he decided to keep the ball. That's 2 times now they've used Mark Malone's ability to run.
Gain of 7, first down, 42-yard line. Ehrenberg and Pollard are the running backs. Here's Ehrenberg. And he slips a tackle of Stentrud. Crosses the 45 to the 46, so he gets 4. It'll be second down and 6, and the clock continues to move. Now, 10:27 and counting, third quarter. Steelers on top 17-0. Ehrenberg 15 yards on 3 carries.
Chuck Noll has really gone to the notebook. He's pulled out a couple of plays today with his quarterback that we haven't seen for a couple of years.
Second down and 6. Weegee Thompson is flanked at the top of the screen, and John Stallworth is split at the bottom. Abercrombie, good defensive play. He lost of a yard, maybe 2. Stentrud and Johnny Meads make the play defensively. Loss of 1, third down and 7. Weegee Thompson, again the lead blocker. Good wide receiver, but they use him as a lead blocker a lot of times. Number 87.
It's unusual to have a big receiver that can block like this. There's 87 now. He actually misses the man. He comes back, but he does what a good blocker will do. If you miss one, just pick up a different color jersey and hit him.
Mike Stentrud shaking up on the play. We've got a timeout, and we'll be back in just a moment. The score, the Steelers 17 and the Oilers nothing. We're at Three Rivers Stadium this afternoon. To Rich Ehrenberg, 50-yard line. Gain of 5, but he needed 7. So it'll be 4th down and 2. Rod Cush with the play. And so Harry Newsom will come in to kick. The Steelers had 3 wide receivers just trying to open up the middle.
They went up in the middle, and Rod Cush, 37, was one-on-one with Rich Ehrenberg, and had he not made that tackle, he would have ran a long way for a first down. It was an outstanding play by number 37, Rod Cush.
Harry Newsom kicking, going for the far sideline. Drury chases it and chases it out of bounds. We'll mark it out at the 18-yard line. So Houston will have the ball, 1st and 10. The ball on their own 18-yard line with 8 minutes and 36 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Houston now has got to get back in the game on this drive. The clock is running on them, and they have to throw the ball upfield. Get the ball to Drew Hill, get the ball to Tim Smith, and forget about running the ball inside. They're too far behind for that type of thought right now offensively.
Double coverage tipped, and is incomplete. He was going to Drew Hill.
It looked like an interception by number 21, Eric Williams. It was a zone defense, and Harvey Clayton, number 33, played it well, and he got good support by Eric Williams, his free safety. Again, I believe Warren Moon waited too long to get the ball up.
Mike Holston in as a wide receiver. He splits wide to the near side. Tim Smith at the top of the screen. 2nd and 10. Has pressure and a sack. Brian Hinkle got his 3rd sack of the season. Second sack of the ball game for the Steelers. Merriweather got the other one.
Watch Warren Moon. This is an indication of the game. Watch him focus, refocus, move his feet. He just isn't seeing, or there are people upfield doing an outstanding job on a part of Pittsburgh recovering, and that's what caused that sack by 53 Brian Hinkle.
Monday night, 11 tackles and 2 sacks against the Browns. Leading tackler for the Steelers.
You want to be careful here, Warren Moon.
3rd and 14. Pass is complete. Moriarty, but way short. He'll get back to the 20-yard line. It'll be 4th down and 8. He got back only 6 yards.
I think Warren Moon is seeing the Pittsburgh defense in a maze. To him, it looks like Times Square on New Year's Eve. He's got to refocus and settle down. Someone's got to help him on the sideline to get him to some viable receivers, because he's not seeing open receivers from the pocket.
Lee Johnson will be kicking. Lewis Lips and Rick Wood set for the return, and the Steelers will come up. Very good field position here. This is Woods. And they'll have the ball around a 45-yard line. So excellent coverage by the Houston Oilers. A 36-yard punt. No return. Time remaining 3rd quarter. Steelers leading the Oilers 17-0. Pittsburgh's ball their own 45-yard line. They give us to Frank Pollard. Pollard has a yard to the 46. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Jesse Baker, who has the Oilers sacked in the ball game, is the man who made the tackle.
That's one of the few times in this game that the Houston defense has done a good job on 1st down run.
E.G. Thompson checks into the offense of the Steelers. And Lips comes out. Ehrenberg is into that offensive set. And as the single back is Pollard is off on the right wing.
Oh, we're going to have a pitch maybe to Ehrenberg.
Ehrenberg just a straight shot to the Houston 49-yard line, gain of 5. 3rd down and 4. Ray Childress and Robert Abraham were there for the defense. And Craig Wolfley opened the hole for the offense.
Craig Wolfley, number 73, on top of your screen, does a good job on 72. Soche, look at him move his feet and drive him back. He almost drove him back about 10 yards. What a great block by 73, Craig Wolfley. When you have that kind of room, you could drive a Mack truck through the hole.
3rd down and 4. Steelers have converted 3 of 8 3rd down opportunities, and they go with 3 wide receivers, Dahlwood, Lips, and Thompson.
Look for Ehrenberg, number 24.
And Carvalho, he pops it. Woo! Big play. 23 yards.
That was a quick count quarterback sneak. He caught the defense of Houston. Look at them. They don't even know where the ball is. Now he's using his outstanding physical ability as a run. Then he does the smart thing. Don't run to the end zone. Get down. Let's have a first down on a 25-yard line. That's the third big play. The Houston defense doesn't know the play. He breaks through right now. 16 going straight up the field. He doesn't have the speed that he had when he came into the league, but it's a first down. The third big play by Mark Malone.
And here's Pollard. From the 24 to the 21, gain of 3, second down and 7. Johnny Meads with the tackle.
Charlie, that's what you call a surprise. On quick count, he ran right into the heart of the defense. They never suspected that he would get the ball there that fast.
Is that a call play in the huddle?
No question about it. And somebody in the press box has done a good job because they saw that and they came up as a designated play and waited for the opportunity.
Frank Pollard, 14 carries, 70 yards rushing, second down and 7. Malone has 47 yards rushing in the game. That is a career high. He throws in zone incomplete. He was going to Abercrombie. And that last rushing play, officially 25 yards, that is his longest play from scrimmage. Bostic and Eason had the coverage on the receiver. Third down and 7, back at the 21.
Malone looks a little upset, but I might add, that's the one bad pass that he threw today. When you're down inside the 25-yard line, you don't want to throw the ball in the middle of the field in a crowd because all you risk there is a turnover. And at this stage of the game, it really doesn't do that much good for Pittsburgh. It's 17-0. There's no reason for him to force the ball.
Third down and 7. And it's low. He was going to Stallworth, but he really missed it. Brown and Bostic were there for the defense. 4th and 7, and Gary Anderson comes in with a field goal attempt. Anderson 1 for 1 in the ball game, hitting from 38 yards.
Pittsburgh's freezing the ball now, Charlie. The biggest problem Houston has is their young defense is on the field too much, and the offense can't get on the field.
38-yard attempt from the 28-yard line. Campbell to hold. And it's there. Anderson is 2 for 2, both from 38 yards away, and the Steelers now lead 20-0. That when the Steelers are winning, they're rushing for 163 yards. In a game, they rush for 179. That really helps the offense.
Well, no question about it. The big difference right now is Mark Malone has a lot of freedom. And the reason he has a lot of freedom is because the running game is going so well.
And Gary Anderson with 2 38-yard field goals kicks off deep in the end zone of the Houston Oilers. And so they'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. And Houston has to get some offense going. Sounds redundant, but it's very true. And they've got to go to their wide receivers. Warren Moon has completed only 5 of 9 passes. He's thrown only 9 times. 5 completions for 46 yards. Tim Smith, wide receiver, 2 receptions. Jamie Williams, tight end, 1 reception. Larry Moriarty out of the backfield, 2 receptions. Drew Hill does not have a reception. Holston does not have a reception. Only 2 receptions to the wide receiver. And this is Woolfolk. That is his first reception. So they've got to get something going to the key receiver.
Well, no question about it. I think if he can just hit a couple of short passes and get back into sync, what Moon needs right now, as we see him on the screen, is some confidence. He's not throwing strikes. He's not getting any support. He's not on the field very often. Now he needs to put a drive together. Forget about scoring, and I don't mean that literally, but just get a couple of first downs put together and loosen up.
3:55, time remaining, third quarter. It's a 20-0 ball game. On the draw, they pick up the first down. The second down and 2. Larry Moriarty was the ball carrier. And Darrell Sims makes the tackle. Gain of 4 to the 32, first down. Tim Smith, top of the screen. Drew Hill, split to the left. right in the arms of Mark Catano. Catano, the nose guard, his first NFL start. And the third sack for the Steelers.
He's not getting a lot of help. He drops back here. He wants to throw the ball to his halfback. His halfback falls down. 99, Darrell Sims comes off the block, and 78, Mark Catano makes the tackle. Now, he cannot do it all by himself. He did not have anyone to throw to at that time. His halfback coming out of the backfield, I believe it was Butch Woolfolk, number 40, fell down.
Loss of 5, second and 15. 27-yard line. 2:45, time remaining third quarter. Steelers up 20-0. Here's the blitz from Shell. He rolls away, throws, it is caught but out of bounds. Tim Smith coming back, but he was out of bounds. A good scramble by Moon, pushing and shoving at the 20-yard line as chippers began to flare.
It's Brian Merriweather. He looks like he wants to go 3 rounds, number 57. At this stage of the game, I've always wondered why those officials want to get in the middle of that medley. One of them is going to get decked. There's Merriweather, 57. There's no reason to fight. You're better off being a lover.
And
Why
also,
fight at this stage of the game?
Edmund Nelson ended up without his helmet. I'm not sure why, but rule 1 is keep your helmet on.
Well, there's Ben Wright, the referee. If there's anybody in the National Football League that can control a game, it's Ben Wright.
Third down and 15. 27-yard line, Houston in their own territory. Officials have called a timeout. Bryce calling a timeout. A little equipment repair. That was on Harvey Salem, I believe. Yes, part of the shoulder pad was just out of the jersey. He wanted it back in. Now the crowd gets back into the ballgame here at Three Rivers. Flag is down.
Throw it up.
And way overthrows Butch Woolfolk. Now, I noticed the offensive center. The marker went down the play. Notice the offensive center for Houston. He is moving that left arm before he snaps the ball. And he's moving it back and forth. He did it a couple of times. Almost one of the Steelers stepped into the neutral zone, then stepped back out.
I think we have a penalty by 99, Darrell Sims, and Warren Moon had a
happened
chance
before
to
the
throw it
snap.
up.
Number 99 was in the neutral zone at the snap. That's a 5-yard penalty.
That's a rookie mistake by Darrell Sims, the number 1 draft choice.
Yeah, I think he was pulled off. I think he was pulled off by the Oilers' offensive center.
If there was some movement, then he was not pulled off. If there was some movement by the offensive lineman, then he can move, and the 5 yards against him. There's the center right now. Oh, yeah, no question about the left guard. Mike Munchak.
See, look at that. Look at that. He did it twice.
Right.
I thought I saw that. Way to go, guys. Away. Now, what I think the center is doing, what I think that Romano is, I think he's pointing. You know, he's pointing to a defender. Now, if he does that very slowly, but if he does it quickly and they pull him off, hey.
Romano's concerned about 57, and he's pointing to his left guard, Mike Munchak, and telling him how they're going to block it. The center makes all the calls to the offensive lineman, and now that's why linebackers like 53 and 57 move around, because they're trying to confuse the offensive blocking calls, and 55 Jim Romano has to make those calls.
Third down and 15 with the penalty. I'm not sure that's legal, though, is it?
It's illegal, Charlie.
That's what I thought.
They can't do it when the ball is snapped.
Yep. Well, once you get that 3 or 4 point stance, you can't do that moving around. There's pressure. There's the pass. It's complete. Drew Hill has his first reception just shy of the 50-yard line. It'll be a first down.
They have got to get the ball upfield. There's 85. Watch the protection. He didn't get the snap very well, but watch him stay in the pocket, focus upfield, move around, and his feet did not move, and he found Drew Hill deep, and 21, Eric Williams had to make the play, and that is a key first down because it gives him good field position, and more importantly, it eases up on Warren Moon. He had too much pressure on him.
Gain of 23 yards, 50-yard line, first down. Pittsburgh leading 20-0. 1:38 and counting. Time remaining a 2 on the snap from center, and Moon falls on it. A loss of 2. It'll be second down and 12 at the Houston 48. Mark Cajano defensively is right there. Now let's go to Bob Costas for an NFL update. Bob?
Charlie, after Boomer Esiason's second touchdown pass of the day to Chris Collinsworth tied the game at 20 in Cincinnati, Dan Fouts came back, and look at this catch by Pete Holohan, one-handed, 3-yard TD gives the Chargers the lead again, 27-20 in the third quarter. Charles.
Well, those Chargers, they'll put it in the air. Yeah, Warren Moon, did he pull away too soon on that last snap?
I think he's over-anxious. He had problems with the first snap, and he pulled out too soon.
It is intercepted if in bounds. No. Pico came down out of bounds. Hill, the intended receiver. Woo.
That was a big league play by Brian Hinkle. He waited too long. He's throwing an out pattern to Drew Hill. He waited too long, did not have enough on it, and Hinkle comes right in front, and that's a big league play. The only thing he didn't do was keep his feet in bounds. Now keep both feet in bounds, Brian, if you want to get credit. Right foot, left foot. You get that in the dance class.
Third down 12. Still a good play. Don't worry about it.
Big league play. Be careful, Warren. Be careful.
Wobbly pass too high. Drew Hill, incomplete. Eric Williams, defensively, was there. 4th and 12. And the crowd, an ovation for the defense. Lee Johnson will be kicking for the Oilers. Rick Woods and Louis Lips are deep for the Steelers. Rick Woods will lose a yard on the return. 43 yards of the punt, a loss of 2 on the return, and Chris Dressel was there. He has completed 6 of 15, 90 yards through the air. He has rushed for 47 yards on 4 carries. There's Abercrombie. Out of bounds at the 19-yard line, maybe the 20.
What an outstanding block by 73 Craig Wolfley on the sweep play.
Brown and Eason for the Oilers. And they may want to bring the chains across. Could be a first down. Denver 24, Atlanta. Got that went by so quickly I didn't even see it myself. We'll enjoy these all together. Let's see New England out in front of Buffalo. So there was the one that went by. Oh, look at it. The Eagles leading the Redskins. Woo, that's a major one. We've had a major upset in every weekend of this NFL season. Dallas 17, Cleveland nothing. Inches shy of the first down. Abercrombie 53 yards rushing. Pollard 69 yards rushing. Pollard the remaining back. And he has the first down. 22-yard line. 1st and 10. And we have 30 seconds left to go in the third.
And you're going to see Chuck Noll put on his conservative suit, the pinstripe tie.
I think he put it on.
Suit.
I think he put it on this morning when he got up. It has been, relatively a conservative offensive day.
I think Chuck's very happy.
Yeah.
What a difference from Monday night to Sunday. It's a different team. We go back to what we said early on. When they run the ball effectively, last year they gained 163 yards on the ground. That number 16, Mark Malone, plays better. When they're running the football, he's a better quarterback.
And that is the end of the third quarter. The score, Pittsburgh 20, Houston nothing. And we'll be right back after these messages from your local station. And through three quarters have dropped the curtain on Warren Moon, 7 of 14, 78 yards passing. 22-yard line Steelers, first down. And Ehrenberg will pick up 2 yards to the 24, second down and 8. Meads and Baker in the tackle. Here's Bob Costas.
And here's some razzle-dazzle in Dallas. Out of the shotgun, Danny White hands to James Jones. Then he just slips around the left side. Jones draws the defense to him, hits White for the touchdown. Chip Banks punishes him a bit, but he's already in the end zone. 17-0 Cowboys.
17-0 Dallas, and here it's Steelers 20-0 over Houston. And Houston will host Dallas next Sunday. A week from tomorrow night, Pittsburgh will host Cincinnati on Monday night, September the 30th.
Stallworth.
Incomplete.
Nice play by Patrick Allen, number 29.
And a flag drop back at the 20-yard line. We just did a time possession check, and I'm amazed by this because Pittsburgh has had the ball only 4 minutes more than Houston. It seems as if they've had it 15 minutes more.
I guess the guy was right, Charlie, when he said time is only important if you're in prison.
That's right. Or if you can do something with it. And there it is.
Well, the rushing yardage is the key. The rushing yardage gives Malone the freedom to play quarterback, and of course it narrows down the options of Warren Moon. Look at that.
That's the
48
illegal use
for
of hands on
Houston.
the offense. We're going to give him a 10-yard penalty and a second down. Number 62.
Ben makes it sound like a gift. In that case, we're going to give Tunchilkin. We're going to give Tooch 10 yards. Hey.
Ben Dryce looks like he's mad at him. Think he owes him some money?
He's acting like a game show host. Hey, and he wins 10 yards.
Way to go, Ben Dryce.
Third down and 18. Oh, second down. Down goes over, of course. 14-yard line, the line of scrimmage. Lots of time. Goes back to the right side. The pass is complete to Lips. And he just keeps fighting down that sideline. Abraham finally got him.
They've gone to that pump fake to 82 Stallworth. There's Lewis Lips, who made the catch about 4 times this game. For some reason, they think Stallworth can, Patrick Allen will bite, and Stallworth can get open deep. He pump fakes, but Patrick Allen, 29, is not biting it. He reloads and comes back to good old reliable Louis. He fakes to the inside, whoops, goes to the outside, and picks up additional yardage. What an outstanding run. He may be one of the best running receivers in the league.
27-yard line, third down and 5. Pick up a 13 on the last play. And Malone wants a timeout. What happens in this situation? Does he see a defense that the play just simply will not work against?
Well, I think probably at this stage in the game, he probably saw a formation that was sent in by the sideline that he wasn't comfortable with, and so he did the right thing at this point. He called a timeout.
And we will too. And we'll be back. Sweeney, the 4th wide receiver for the Steelers in the ball game. We point this out because he pointed out during the week in a newspaper column he wants to see more playing time, and he should. And because I say he should, because everybody wants to have more playing time.
Charlie, I never worried about a player that complained about wanting to play.
That's right. Yeah, that's what you want.
I think that's great. Blitz,
And they show the blitz.
Eat the ball, Mark. Eat the ball.
Cush. Malone is fighting it. He was in the grass. They're going to call it. Oh, Malone was fighting it, and now the big guys join in. That's Wolfley.
They're protecting their quarterback.
Yeah. Ray Snell. Oh, Malone was in there fighting for it, wasn't he?
Rod Cush had 3 sacks last week against the Redskins. Cush is right on the... There's nobody there to block him. There's nobody there to block him. There was a mistake by the left guard, Craig Wolfley, 73, and Mike Webster, 52. Cush comes in. Now, Mark, forget about it, my friend. Go down. You're ahead 20-0. There's no reason to be a fighter right now. Just sit down, go over and get a Coke on the sideline. Let those big linemen do the fighting for you.
Cush gets his first sack of this ball game. Here's the punt by Newsom. Fair catch is called for and taken at the 49-yard line by Willie Drury. A kick of 36 yards. We'll take a timeout now with 12 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the game, and the Steelers lead. Screen pass. Moriarty from the 50 to the Pittsburgh 45. A gain of 5. Second down and 5. David Little with the tackle.
Whatever happens in this game right now, it's going to be difficult for Houston to climb this mountain. I think it's important for Warren Moon to finish up strong and give this young team some confidence. They don't realize, as we said right from the beginning, how good they really are. They just need to grow.
Second down and 5. Pass complete. First down. Drew Hill, 37-yard line. Key play in the ball game as far as the Houston Oilers are concerned. They put a long drive together in the first half. They were behind 14-0. They were just inches away from the end zone. Fourth down, and this is what happened.
At that point, the score would have been 14-7, and they needed that impetus.
That was action in the first half. Here's Woolfolk carrying with a first down to the Pittsburgh 37-yard line. And that's really the only threat that the Oilers have had in the ballgame. Dwayne Woodruff with the last tackle.
I was amazed at the time of possession. I thought the Steelers had the ball the entire game. But the Oilers have really not had good field position the entire game. The field has been very long for them and very short for the Steelers.
In that drive of the Oilers that went just to the shadow of the Steelers goal line, they moved almost 75 yards in 17 plays, but they couldn't put it across.
73. Harvey Salem moved too quick. The left tackle of Houston.
And Keith Gary went right with him, as he should.
Offense number 73, false start.
Salem's just a little too quick on top of your screen, and of course the smart defensive player makes contact, and it's an automatic 5-yard penalty against the offense for moving too early.
Second down, 13.
Turn up inside.
David Little with the tackle at the 39-yard line. A gain of 1. It'll be third down and 12. Why are the Oilers throwing screen passes? Why not go deep?
I couldn't agree with you more, but I think what they're trying to do now is settle Moon down. With 10 minutes to go, I don't know why they're doing that, because they need to get back in this game. They need to get a couple of scores on the board.
Third down, 12. Oilers converted only 2 of 10 third down opportunities. Woolfolk and Edwards are in the backfield.
Sit in the pocket. Now throw the ball upfield.
And he throws high. Drew Hill was open.
He's wide open. He just miscued. He threw the ball too high. Eric Williams, 21, had good coverage and almost came up with the interception.
Fourth down and 12, 39-yard line, and Lee Johnson is in the punt.
I think Pittsburgh should be in a safe situation now in the punt because Houston has nothing to lose. They could go for the fake. And you'll see the Pittsburgh defense right now very well aware of that, covering all the eligible receivers in punt formation. And
the up back is Stan Edwards. He was going for the corner, and he just shanked it. Terrible kick.
Everything is going wrong now for Houston.
I've been told by kickers, when you go for the corner, you should go the opposite way. Left-footed kicker should have gone to the right side, or there's a tendency to slice it off, as he did. For the Oilers, their other first-round draft pick, along with Ray Childress, now in at defensive right cornerback. That last punt by Lee Johnson, he shanked it for a total of 4 yards. Steelers first down, their own 35. And Abercrombie picks up a quick 5 yards to the 40, and Abraham makes the tackle. Second and 5. All right, now let's look at baseball. The Mets and St. Louis. Well, the Mets are trailing and St. Louis is tied. Toronto, well, they're pulling away from the Yankees. Toronto is tied and the Yankees are leading. Kansas City and the Angels. Kansas City is leading and the Angels are trailing. 2nd and 5. 9 minutes left to go in the ball game. Steelers lead it 20-0. They're taking everything away from the Oilers. Pollard, 50-yard line. Keith Bostic with the stop. A gain of 10. First down.
First and 10. Square ball on the Houston 49-yard line.
Let's look forward. Houston will host Dallas next Sunday. Dallas out in front of Cleveland right now. Pittsburgh will host Cincinnati. Cincinnati in that duel with San Diego. It doesn't get any easier, does it? Abercrombie and Robert Lyles diagnosed him.
It was a reverse. They counted Pollard, who went to his left. Abercrombie crossed the backfield to his right, and Robert Lyles, number 93, made a super play to tackle Abercrombie for a loss.
Abercrombie, 16 carries, now 51 yards. Pollard, 15 carries, 82 yards.
Abercrombie and Pollard wanted to run the ball, and apparently they were right.
For the Oilers, their opening schedule: Miami, Washington last week, Pittsburgh this week, then Dallas, then Denver.
Play action pass.
It's complete. Stallworth slips away for Richard Johnson. 39-yard line of Houston. This will be close to the first down.
Mark Malone didn't wait, didn't hesitate. He went right to the rookie, number 23, Richard Johnson. There's the number 1 draft choice. He's backpedaling right now. He runs too fast. He gave him too much room, and frankly, that's what a rookie would do against an outstanding receiver like number 82, Stallworth. But 23 comes back in the game. Don't worry about it, Richard Johnson. There have been a lot of cornerbacks in this league that have been beaten by 82, John Stallworth.
39-yard line of Houston, first down. And Johnson comes out of the ball game. And Patrick Allen replaces it at right cornerback.
I wouldn't do that to a rookie. Take him out after one
let him
completion.
stay in.
I think he needs to play. He's got to play in the game to gain his confidence.
Todd Spencer. Spencer with 26 yards rushing coming into this ballgame. That is only his 6th carry of the season.
It looks like every running back on the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to earn their letter today. Everybody's going to play.
Let's take a quick look at all the scores. Dallas 17-0. Giants out in front of St. Louis. Denver leading Atlanta. Boy, that one's still there. 4th quarter. That's your upset if it stands. We got some more right after the play. 2nd and 3. Abercrombie, first down, 25-yard line. Gain of 7. And we'll go back to the scoreboard. Cincinnati back in front. Boy, that one bounces back and forth. New England by 3 over Buffalo, closer than anybody expected. New Orleans, Tampa Bay. How about that, sports fans? There's another upset in the making. Detroit's 2-0, and there's our score. 20-0 Steelers. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left. Malone blitz. He's in trouble. He's in the grass. They'll call it. Johnny Meade's got his first sack of the ballgame.
I mentioned the same thing before. Why the Steelers at this point in the game are going for double pumps and trying to get open deep. There's no reason for it at this stage of the game.
Be 2nd and 18. That is Houston's 3rd sack of the game.
2nd down, 18.
Blitz put away to the right side and Stallworth to the left.
Safety blitz. It's a draw play.
Spencer works his way for 3 to the 30. Johnny Meads with the tackle. Third down and 15.
Houston now has to gamble. They have to defensively let it all hang loose. At that time, they had Keith Bostic, number 25, blitzing to the left of the screen. On a draw play to 36. He's coming up inside the hole. Good block there by number 72. Now he breaks to the outside. Just has too much to go, but it's a good call on the part of Malone right now. And I think you're going to see Houston's defense now gamble, and it's obvious.
Third down and 15. Houston bringing 5 new defensive players in. The Steelers now with 3 wide receivers. Malone throws underneath the covers to Ehrenberg, and they'll come up about 8 yards shy of the first down. Keith Bostic made the tackle at the 23. It'll be 4th down and 8. Scott Campbell is in the hole, and Anderson with a field goal attempt.
He's talking on the sideline right now. I think he had Cal Sweeney wide open in the end zone to his right, and he just didn't see him.
A 40-yard field goal attempt by Gary Anderson. He's hit twice from 38 yards away. And this one is no good. He misses to the right side from 40 yards out, and that is something that Gary Anderson does not do very often against a team, an opponent from the AFC Central Division. So Houston takes over at the line of scrimmage, their own 23-yard line next Sunday. Well, let's see what we have. The Raiders against New England. There's a good one. Seattle at Kansas City. Sam and I will be there, and Paul Zimmerman, Dr. Z of Sports Illustrated, will be joining us in the booth. Miami, Denver, another good one. Indianapolis and the Jets. Indianapolis with a chance today. Cleveland and San Diego. And the beat goes on.
We got a new quarterback.
Mike Borowski is the quarterback. And I'm a bit surprised. Are you, Sam?
I think at this stage of the game, I would have kept Warren Moon in the game, because I think he needs to finish up. He needs to play. He's got to work his way through these difficult times. This is a young team, and they're going to be a good football team before the season's over. There's Warren Moon on the sideline talking to Jamie Williams to his right, number 87. I would have left him in the game to finish.
2nd and 7. Here's the screen. Wolfo. 32-yard line, maybe the 31. It'll be 3rd down, yard, maybe 2. Dwayne Woodruff with the tackle. Then on the other hand, in this kind of a situation when you're not going anywhere, if you leave Moon in and he gets hurt, then everybody in the world is going to say, why didn't you take him out? That's the reason that you have Borowski. And Borowski needs some playing time with the ball club.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
agree.
out there, you know, I'm just throwing out some other thoughts.
It's a two-sided coin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I think that one way or the other, Hugh Campbell, he really doesn't have a very difficult decision when you're losing 20 to nothing.
No, that's right.
But Borowski needs to work, and there's Campbell right now, who we met with last night, and I'm sure he's disappointed because he had a lot of optimism about beating the Steelers.
Incomplete. He was going to Mike Holston. Woodruff with the coverage. And it will be 4th down and 1. And the kicking team comes in. 2:03 time remaining. So that means right after the punt and the return by either Lewis Lips or Rick Woods, we'll be going away for the 2-minute warning.
This is a team that played very well against Washington. They should have beat them. It's a team that beat the Super Bowl participants, the Miami Dolphins, and I think today they just really never got on track. They were out of sync the entire game, and you have to give the Steelers a great deal of credit, particularly the way in which they played on Monday night against the Browns.
Lee Johnson, this one goes out of bounds. And we will have the 2-minute warning with officially 1:56 left to go. The Steelers out in front, 20-0. Seconds, that is the time remaining. The Steelers with a shutout possibility here. If they do it, it would be the 13th in head coach Chuck Noll's career, their first since November the 29th, 1981. That's quite a ways. They shut out the Rams 24-0. And against Houston, the last time they shut out Houston, we have to go back to 1976 at Houston when they beat the Oilers 21-0. Mike Malone with a pair of touchdown passes to Louis Lips, and then a pair of field goals by Gary Anderson. He hit twice from 38 yards away, missed once from 40. And next week, Houston in the Astrodome, hosting the Dallas Cowboys. That's next Sunday. And then a week from tomorrow, Monday night, September the 30th, Pittsburgh, here at Three River Stadium, will host Cincinnati. First down. Todd Spencer getting the call. A chance for us to thank Tim Fogarty and Mike McGinley, our statistician, George Gordon. Thank you, gentlemen. It'll all start with NFL 85 next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time. The Raiders in New England, Seattle, Kansas City. Miami, Denver, Indianapolis Jets, and Cleveland, San Diego.
I'm rather surprised that Chuck Noll hasn't substituted quarterback at this point to give Woodling or Scott Campbell, the young quarterback, some experience.
Todd Spencer. Frank Bush, rookie taken in the 5th round, makes the stop for Houston. And we're moving on the 1-minute mark, time remaining.
Jerry Glanville, the defensive coordinator of Houston, was concerned before the game because of the inexperience of this young defense. But I think before the season's over, they're going to be able to play in concert with their offense. There's 37 Rod Kush, who has 4 sacks in 3 games. I think they're going to come back once they mature and be a viable defense in this league.
Steelers using the 30-second clock, 6 seconds and counting on the 30-second clock. And the handoff inside to Ehrenberg. 47-yard line, first down. Audrey McMillan makes the tackle, and that will basically wrap it up.
That's all she wrote. This one is history. And here's Hugh Campbell. I'm sure he's disappointed, but he's got a good football team, and everything green has to grow, Hugh.
The Steelers' record is now 2-1. The Oilers' record is now 1-2. Pittsburgh did what they said they were going to do, and that is they were going to come out, they were going to be conservative, they were going to run the ball, and they just flat ran it, and they ran it right at the Houston Oilers, and their defense made enough big plays to control.
Charlie, I think they did it the old-fashioned way. They earned it. They went to the trenches today, and they stopped the run, and they ran the ball and had complete control of this game from the opening gun.
And for the Steelers, it was Mike Malone and Louis Lips. 2 touchdown passes.
17-12 advantage, including a 12-3 mark at Three Rivers. But the Steelers have trouble holding on to the football when they play Cincinnati. In fact, the Steelers have averaged 3 turnovers per game in those meetings. Jim Brinson has more on the Steelers and Bengals.
Home field advantage plays a major role in Steeler-Bengal games, and their first meeting was no exception. Tight end Dennis Hughes thrilled a Three Rivers crowd with 2 touchdown catches, including the 72-yarder from Terry Hanratty. The Steelers won 21-10. In 1972, the Steelers avenged an early season loss in Cincinnati with a resounding 40-17 victory in Pittsburgh. Terry Bradshaw threw 3 touchdown passes, and the offense racked up more than 400 yards. Turnovers usually play a big part when these two teams meet. In their second meeting of 75, J.T. Thomas returned a Bengal fumble 21 yards for a touchdown as Pittsburgh won 35-14. When the Steelers met the Bengals for the first time in 1976, the Black and Gold was struggling with only 1 win in 5 games. Terry Bradshaw sidelined by an injury. But the Steel Curtain forced 3 first-half turnovers, and reserve quarterback Mike Krusek carried out a conservative game plan. Resurrection 76 began with a 23-6 victory. In Game 2 of the 76 season, the Steelers held the Bengals without a touchdown once again. A snowstorm in Cincy made the footing tough, but Franco Harris powered his way to the goal line. The Steelers won 7-3. While the Steelers were winning Super Bowls in 78 and 79, the Bengals struggled through consecutive 4-12 seasons. That's why this is one of the most shocking losses in recent Steeler history. The Steelers turned the ball over 9 times, including 7 fumbles. It was the Bengals' first win of the season after 6 defeats. The Steelers dropped to 5-2. However, the Steelers got back on the track in Week 14 of 1979, pasting Cincinnati 37-17. Terry Bradshaw hit Lynn Swann for 2 long touchdown bombs, and Rocky added a short run for 6 points. In 1980, the Bengals began a 4-game winning streak against Pittsburgh and became the first team in the AFC Central Division to win twice in the same year against the Steelers. Matt Barr's field goal attempt in the closing seconds gave the Bengals their first victory at Three Rivers Stadium, 17-16. They met only once in the strike-shortened season of '82, but needed extra time to decide the winner. Dwayne Woodruff's interception in overtime set up the game winner in a 26-20 Steeler victory. Bengal quarterback Ken Anderson has always found Steeler defenses hazardous to his health. In 1983, Keith Gary's head-twisting sack forced Anderson out of the ball game. But the Steeler defense turned heads in another way, scoring 3 touchdowns in a 24-14 win. Last year, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati split a pair. As usual, the Steelers won at home. The defense scored 2 touchdowns and set up 2 more in a 38-17 win. In Cincinnati, Kenny Anderson had to leave a Steeler game for the 4th straight time. But Turk Schoenert brought the Bengals back twice. And Larry Kinnebrew's 3-yard run with 35 seconds left the difference in the contest, 22-20, a Bengal victory.
Either the Steelers or the Bengals have won the Central Division crown 12 of the last 14 seasons, excluding the strike year. And the Bengals were expected to challenge for the title again this season. But as we told you earlier, Cincinnati is going in the wrong direction.
When the Bengals invade Three Rivers Stadium tomorrow, they bring with them a poor performance. 3-10 on Monday night action, and also 0-3 record on the season. But by all indications, they have a better ball team than that.
Oh, they're a lot better than an 0-3 team. You look at them defensively on film and you think, you can't believe with the personnel that they have and the schemes that they're using defensively. And they're a pressure defense that they're getting that kind of points scored against them, and they've lost 3 ball games.
It's their defense that leaves a big question mark. In their 3 losses, they've given up a total of 113 points, 44 by the Chargers, while only getting to the opposing quarterback 5 times. But still, they pose a problem, as Tunch Ilkin can attest.
They give you a lot of different looks. They throw a lot of crazy blitzes at you. They're a real gambling defense.
What they're trying to do is get your pass protection screwed up a little bit and try to get your run blocking assignments messed up, not trying to get a mismatch, get a running back on a defensive lineman and a lineman on a linebacker and try to get some sacks and some pressures that way, and they're going to blitz you.
And when the blitz comes, it will come by veteran linebackers Reggie Williams and Glenn Cameron.
Reggie Williams is probably the most physical of the 2 that you mentioned, and they're going to be a little problem. But you know, we face better linebackers, and down the road we're going to have to face some more tough ones.
Offensively, running back Larry Kinnebrew was the yeoman on the ground, but now out for the season, the Bengals may change their offensive approach.
Kinnebrew been their bread and butter guy who's been running the ball and doing some things for them, and they may want to put it up like they did against San Diego, so we have to be ready.
And in going to the air, the Steelers have to be ready for their leading receiver, Chris Collinsworth, who at times lines up in the backfield.
The inside linebackers, if it's man-to-man coverage, sometimes we're going to have to be covering that guy. And when you have a linebacker on a wide receiver, then you have problems. And we hope that we can get some help deep when we have to do those things, because we don't want to be running all over the football field chasing after Collinsworth.
Kenny Anderson, who for years has given opponents fits, is now on the bench. Boomer Esiason, who might be younger, is also more methodical, something the defensive line really likes.
They like to throw the ball downfield, and so he's going to have to hold the ball a little while. You know, I wouldn't say that he'll sit back there forever and hold the ball, but he's going to have to hold the ball a little while for those guys to run their patterns. So you know, we should have the time to get back there to put some pressure on him.
Unfortunately, Gary Dunn won't get a chance to find out firsthand. Dunn is still recovering from a knee injury, and we'll set this one out.
Killer bee. You betcha. What happened to you last week, old Fearless One?
Hey, I tell you what can I say? You got lucky. My guys just didn't come out that way. But this is another week.
Okay.
And I'm going to get even.
Okay, let's go for it.
First game, Cleveland at San Diego. Now, I'm going to take Cleveland. You might think that I'm nuts. But after last week's loss, I think their defense, especially the Mad Dogs back there, are going to be up for the task.
All right, just remember that you said that you were nuts. The Chargers put 44 points on the board against Cincinnati on the Bengals' home field. Dan Fouts right now unstoppable. He's going to be pass happy against the Browns. history gone out of here. Easy Charger win.
Nuh-uh. That's all in the air. They're going to
Okay.
pick some of those off. Second game, Dallas at Houston, an intra-state rivalry. Houston, I think, is going to do that one. They got the defense. They're up, and I think they can get Dallas's number.
Cowboys all the way, no question about it. Danny White's finally got the Cowboys rolling. The running game with Dorsett is clicking. Cowboys.
You know, are we going to agree on any of these?
Maybe.
Third one, Miami at Denver.
Not this one either.
No, not this one. I got Miami.
Okay.
I think, really, because of the fact that they got it together. I mean, they can shut off. There was a lot of question about their defense. They shut out Kansas City, a good Kansas City team, and scored 31 points.
Wait a minute. What did John Elway do against the Atlanta Falcons last week? He was incredible. He's got Butch Johnson to throw to. The running game's going, and, of course, the cold weather favors Denver.
Okay, next game, Washington at Chicago. We both got Chicago. Primarily, Jim McMahon.
And Walter Payton. And the defense.
That's right. So let's go to Monday night's game, Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. And again, we agree that'll wait.
I know. I know. I took Cleveland last time on the Monday night game, but